Before we dive into our story, a quick note from all of us here at WooEnglish. We're thrilled to have you join us on this journey of learning English through storytelling. Our tales are crafted with clear and simple sentences, making it easy for you to follow along and enhance your language skills. If you enjoy our stories, please show us some support by pressing the like button below. It truly motivates us to bring more enriching content your way. And don't forget, we'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections in the comments section. Now, let's get lost in the story of Reflecting on Ramadan. Chapter 1. Welcome to Ramadan. In the heart of the desert, under a sky filled with stars, a community waited with bated breath. They were not waiting for a grand event or a visitor from afar, but for the sighting of a sliver of the moon. This was no ordinary night. It marked the beginning of Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, a time of profound significance for Muslims around the world. Ramadan is more than just a month. It is a period of deep reflection, prayer, and fasting. From dawn until sunset, those who observe Ramadan abstain from eating, drinking, and other physical needs. It is a time to cleanse the soul, focus inward, and seek a closer connection with God. But why do millions of people willingly embrace this challenge every year? The story dates back over 1,400 years to a cave in the desert near Mecca. Here, a man named Muhammad, who later became the Prophet of Islam, received the first revelations of the Quran, the holy book of Islam, from God through the angel Gabriel. This momentous event occurred during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, making the month sacred. The fasting of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, the fundamental acts that form the foundation of a Muslim's faith and practices. It serves multiple purposes. As an act of worship, a means to become more compassionate to those in need, and a way to develop self-discipline. As the crescent moon heralds the start of Ramadan, a sense of excitement and solemnity envelops the community. The day before fasting begins is called Shaban, and as it draws to a close, families prepare for suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. This meal is vital as it sustains them through the day. As the first light of dawn touches the horizon, a silence falls over the town. It is time for Fajr, the first of the 5 daily prayers and the beginning of the day's fast. The fasting day is long and can be challenging, but it is also filled with moments of beauty and peace. There is a heightened sense of community as people come together in prayer and to break their fast. The evening meal, iftar, is eagerly anticipated. It traditionally starts with the eating of dates and drinking water, following the Prophet Muhammad's example. Families and friends gather to share this meal, enjoying the flavors and the company, a reward for the day's discipline. Beyond the physical aspect of fasting, Ramadan is a time for spiritual growth. Muslims are encouraged to read the Quran, reflect on their lives, and engage in extra prayers called Taraweeh, performed in the evening. It is a time to ask for forgiveness, to purify the heart, and to focus on good deeds and charity. Zakat, the act of giving to those less fortunate, is particularly emphasized, reminding everyone of the importance of compassion and helping others. The atmosphere of Ramadan is unique. It's a blend of joy, solemnity, and introspection. The nights are filled with prayer and recitation of the Quran, the days with fasting and reflection. It is a journey that tests the body but enriches the soul, bringing those who observe it closer to God and to each other. As the month progresses, the anticipation builds for Laylat al-Qadr, the night of decree. This night is believed to be better than 1,000 months, a time when the Quran was first sent down. The exact date is unknown, hidden among the last 10 nights of Ramadan, but it is a time when prayers are answered and the mercy of God is at its fullest. Finally, as the month of Ramadan comes to a close, the excitement for Eid al-Fitr begins to grow. This festival of breaking the fast is celebrated with communal prayers, feasting, and joy. It is a time of gratitude, marking the end of a month-long journey of fasting, prayer, and reflection. The story of Ramadan is one of faith, perseverance, and community. It teaches the values of discipline, compassion, and gratitude, lessons that are valuable not just during this holy month, but throughout life. As the moon completes its cycle and the next crescent is sighted, the community comes together once again, marking the end of Ramadan and the beginning of a new lunar month. The spirit of Ramadan, however, its lessons and reflections continue to resonate, shaping lives and bringing people closer to the essence of their faith. Chapter 2. The Moon Sighting. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting its final golden glow across the sky, people of all ages gathered outside, their eyes fixed on the fading light. They were united by a centuries-old tradition, one that signals the beginning of a month unlike any other, the sighting of the Ramadan crescent moon. This was not merely an act of looking at the sky, it was a shared moment of hope, anticipation, and community. The moon sighting plays a pivotal role in the Islamic calendar, for it marks the official start of Ramadan. Unlike the solar calendar, where dates are fixed, the Islamic lunar calendar relies on the physical sighting of the moon, making each community's experience of Ramadan uniquely tied to the celestial dance above. In many parts of the world, the task of sighting the moon is taken on by both official committees and enthusiastic locals. As the day of potential sighting approaches, excitement bubbles in homes, mosques, and public spaces. People discuss predictions, share their plans for Ramadan, and wait for the announcement with bated breath. In some communities, the sighting is a festive event, where people climb to rooftops, hilltops, or gather in open fields, armed with nothing but their naked eyes and an eager heart. Children, especially, find joy in the adventure, turning it into a game of who can spot the moon first. Once the crescent is sighted and the beginning of Ramadan is confirmed, the air fills with chants and prayers, a collective expression of gratitude and joy. In places where the moon cannot be seen due to weather conditions, technology bridges the gap. People turn to live broadcasts or announcements from trusted religious authorities, waiting for the word to spread that Ramadan has begun. Preparations for the holy month, which have been underway for weeks, kick into high gear following the moon sighting. Kitchens become hives of activity, with families preparing traditional foods that will be shared during suhoor and iftar. Mosques announce schedules for Taraweeh prayers, special nightly prayers offered throughout Ramadan. Markets buzz late into the night as people stock up on dates, fruits, and other essentials for the fasting days ahead. But the moon sighting is more than just a signal to start fasting. It is a reminder of the unity and diversity within the Muslim community. From the bustling streets of Jakarta to the quiet towns of the Middle East, from the vibrant communities in North Africa to the growing Muslim populations in Europe and America, the tradition connects millions of people across the globe. Each community brings its own flavor to the practice, incorporating local customs, foods, and celebrations into the broader tapestry of Islamic tradition. In some places, the announcement of Ramadan is followed by colorful parades and gatherings, while in others it is a more subdued affair, marked by prayer and quiet reflection. The moment of moon sighting also serves as a call to spiritual readiness. It is a time for Muslims to set their intentions for the month ahead, to commit to the fast with sincerity, and to embrace the practices of prayer, charity, and self-reflection. It is a time when hearts are turned towards the divine, seeking forgiveness, guidance, and blessings. As the first day of Ramadan dawns, the sense of community and shared purpose is palpable. The fast begins, but so too does a journey of personal and communal growth, one that is guided by the rhythm of the lunar cycle, from one crescent moon to the next. Through the tradition of moon sighting, we see a beautiful blend of faith, culture, and community. It is a reminder of the rich diversity within the Muslim world, and yet, at its core, it speaks to a common experience, a shared anticipation for a month of fasting, reflection, and renewal. As we explore the practices and preparations that follow the sighting of the moon, we are invited into a story that is both ancient and ever new. A story of looking to the sky and finding a reason to come together, to celebrate, and to prepare for the sacred time that is Ramadan. Chapter 3. The Daily Fast. As the first light of dawn gently brushes the sky, a quiet alarm sounds in homes across the world. It's a special time, known as suhoor, the pre-dawn meal that signals the start of the daily fast during Ramadan. This meal is both a physical and spiritual preparation for the day ahead, a moment of calm before the hustle of the day begins. In the silence of the early morning, families gather around the dining table, sleep still lingering in their eyes, but hearts awake with intention. The meal is simple, yet nourishing, designed to sustain them through the day. Water is consumed in abundance, a vital step to stay hydrated. Conversations are soft, often sprinkled with prayers and hopes for the day. This is not just a meal, it's a moment of unity and reflection, an act of faith and dedication. As the first light turns to bright day, the fast begins. From this moment until sunset, no food or drink will pass their lips. But the fast of Ramadan is not just about abstaining from physical nourishments. It's a time to refrain from negative behaviors and thoughts. Gossip, anger, and dishonesty are discouraged, while patience, kindness, and honesty are nurtured. The day of fasting is a journey through time and self. The morning may start with ease, but as the hours tick by, the challenge grows. Thirst and hunger can become companions, but so too does a profound sense of peace and introspection. It's a time when many turn inwards, reflecting on their lives, their faith, and their actions. The fast is a mirror, showing not just the strength of the human will, but the depth of the human heart. Despite the physical challenge, there's a sense of joy and anticipation as the day progresses. The hardship of fasting is balanced with the knowledge that it is a path to spiritual growth, a way to cleanse the body and the soul. It's also a reminder of the struggles of those who live with hunger and thirst, not by choice but by circumstance, fostering a deeper sense of empathy and compassion. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky with strokes of orange, pink, and purple, the atmosphere in homes changes. The time for iftar, the meal to break the fast, is approaching. There's a buzz of activity in the kitchen. The aroma of cooking food fills the air, a signal that the day's fast is nearing its end. Iftar is more than just a meal, it's a celebration. It begins with the eating of a date and a sip of water, following the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad. This simple act is both a physical and spiritual relief, a moment of gratitude and joy. The meal that follows is often shared with family and friends, a communal celebration of the day's journey. It's a time of generosity and hospitality, where even strangers are welcomed to the table. The evening prayers, Taraweeh, follow iftar, offering a time for reflection and worship. A moment to stand together in faith. The night is a continuation of the day's introspection, a time to seek forgiveness, guidance, and strength. The daily fast of Ramadan is a cycle of challenge and reward, hunger and fulfillment, reflection and growth. It teaches discipline and gratitude, humility and generosity. Each day is a step on a journey of spiritual discovery, a path that leads not just through the month of Ramadan but beyond, shaping the lives of those who observe it. As the moon travels its path across the night sky, marking the days of Ramadan, the daily fast remains a profound experience. It is a testament to the strength of faith and the power of community, a practice that transcends the physical to touch the hearts and souls of millions around the world. Chapter 4: Spiritual Reflections. As the sun sets and the day's fast comes to an end, the true essence of Ramadan reveals itself in moments of quiet and reflection. This is a time when the hustle of daily life slows down, allowing space for a deeper spiritual journey. Ramadan is not just about refraining from eating and drinking. It's a month-long journey towards self-improvement, self-discipline, and a closer connection to God. In the tranquility of the evening, after the iftar meal has been shared and the immediate hunger satisfied, Muslims around the world engage in extra acts of worship, seeking to deepen their faith. One of the most cherished practices is the Taraweeh prayers, special nightly prayers performed during Ramadan. These prayers are longer than the usual daily prayers, involving more units, and are a communal affair, often prayed in congregation at the mosque. The quiet recitation of the Quran during Taraweeh adds a layer of solemnity and beauty to the night. The Quran, revealed to the Prophet Muhammad during Ramadan, is at the heart of this holy month. Reading, reciting, and reflecting on its verses is encouraged, with many aiming to complete the entire Quran by the end of Ramadan. This practice is not just about fulfilling a religious duty, it's an opportunity for personal reflection and spiritual growth. The words of the Quran offer guidance, comfort, and inspiration, drawing the reader closer to God. Self-discipline and introspection are key themes of Ramadan. The daily fast, from dawn until sunset, is a physical manifestation of self-control, but it also symbolizes a deeper, spiritual fast. Muslims are encouraged to refrain from negative actions and emotions such as anger, envy, and gossip. This act of self-restraint extends beyond the physical act of fasting, aiming to purify the heart and mind. Ramadan is a time for self-evaluation, a chance to reflect on one's actions, thoughts, and feelings. It's an opportunity to consider one's place in the world, the impact of one's actions on others, and how one can improve both personally and within the community. This introspection can lead to a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of one's faith. The connection to God is strengthened through prayer, recitation of the Quran, and acts of charity. Giving to those in need is a significant aspect of Ramadan, embodying the principles of compassion and generosity. Zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, is the practice of giving a fixed portion of one's wealth to the poor and needy. During Ramadan, the rewards for such acts of charity are believed to be multiplied. The spiritual objectives of Ramadan, self-discipline, introspection, and a closer connection to God, are intertwined, each aspect reinforcing the others. Through fasting, prayer, and charity, Muslims seek to cleanse their souls, improve their character, and deepen their faith. It's a transformative experience, one that impacts not just the individual, but the community as a whole. As the month progresses, the spiritual journey deepens. The Night of Decree, or Laylat al-Qadr, marks the climax of this journey. Believed to be the night when the Quran was first revealed, it is a time when prayers are especially powerful, and the mercy and blessings of God are abundant. The spiritual reflections of Ramadan, from the discipline of fasting to the nightly prayers and the reading of the Quran, culminate in a profound personal and communal experience. It's a time of renewal and recommitment to the values and practices of Islam, a period of growth that shapes the believer's life long after the month has ended. Through these reflections, the essence of Ramadan is lived and felt, a testament to the power of faith to transform and enrich the human experience. Chapter 5. Iftar Around the World. As the sun dips below the horizon, signaling the end of the day's fast, a global symphony of flavors and traditions comes to life. Iftar, the meal to break the fast, is celebrated by Muslims around the world, each country adding its own unique touch to this special occasion. It's a time of joy, community, and, of course, culinary delight. In the bustling streets of Cairo, Egypt, the air fills with the scent of spices and grilled meats. Families and friends gather around tables laden with dishes like full madams, a hearty fava bean stew, and koshari, a mix of pasta, rice, lentils, and fried onions, topped with a spicy tomato sauce. The fast is broken with a sip of water or a date, following the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad. The meal is not just about the food, it's a time to come together, to share, and to give thanks. Far away, in the narrow lanes of Istanbul, Turkey, the call to prayer echoes, signaling the time for iftar. Lanterns light up the streets, and people rush home or to the nearest mosque. Tables are set with dates and olives, freshly baked pied bread, and lentil soup, a warm and comforting start to the meal. The highlight, however, might be the assortment of sweets, like baklava and Turkish delight, offering a moment of indulgence after a day of fasting. Crossing continents to Jakarta, Indonesia, the atmosphere is vibrant. The Indonesian table boasts a colorful array of foods, from the spicy and sour flavors of tamarind soup to the savory delights of rendang, a slow-cooked beef dish infused with coconut milk, and a rich blend of spices. Families sit together, sharing stories of the day, their laughter mingling with the clatter of dishes and the aroma of lemongrass and chili. In the sprawling city of Karachi, Pakistan, iftar brings a moment of calm amid the chaos. The fast is broken with fruit chaat, a refreshing mix of fruits tossed in spices, and samosas, crispy pastry triangles filled with spiced potatoes and peas. Chai, sweet and milky, is a must-have, warming the soul as the day turns to night. Mosques and charitable organizations set up iftar camps, offering free meals to the needy, embodying the spirit of community and generosity that is central to Ramadan. Meanwhile, in the United States, where Muslims are a tapestry of ethnicities and cultures, iftar is a multicultural feast. Mosques and community centers become melting pots of culinary traditions, where you might find Moroccan chicken tagine alongside Somali sambusas and American macaroni and cheese. It's a testament to the diversity of the Muslim community in the US, and a beautiful example of unity in diversity. Each country, each city, and each home adds its own chapter to the story of iftar, creating a mosaic of traditions that enrich the Ramadan experience. The foods may differ, the languages may vary, but the essence remains the same. A celebration of faith, of endurance, and of the joy that comes from sharing a meal with loved ones. Iftar around the world is a reflection of the vast and varied tapestry of the Muslim Ummah, a reminder that despite the differences in culture and geography, there is a common thread that binds. It's a moment that transcends borders, connecting hearts and souls in a shared journey of faith, gratitude, and community. As the moon rises and the night unfolds, the stories of iftar continue, a testament to the beauty and diversity of the Muslim world. Chapter 6: Charity and Community. In the heart of Ramadan, beyond the fast and the nightly prayers, lies a cornerstone of faith that brings warmth and hope to millions: the act of giving. Charity, known in Islam as zakat and sadaqah, becomes a beacon of light during this holy month, illuminating the importance of compassion and the power of community support. Zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, is a compulsory act of charity. It requires Muslims to give a portion of their wealth to those in need, ensuring a fair distribution of resources and support for the less fortunate. Sadaqah, on the other hand, is voluntary charity, given out of the kindness of one's heart, without any obligation. Both forms of charity embody the spirit of Ramadan, fostering a sense of solidarity and empathy within the community. As dawn breaks and the day of fasting begins, so does the opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. In cities and villages around the world, stories of generosity and kindness unfold. Take, for example, the story of a small community in a bustling city, where local businesses come together to provide iftar meals for those who cannot afford them. Every evening, as the sun sets, tables are set up in the neighborhood park, inviting anyone and everyone to join in the breaking of the fast. It's a simple act, but one that brings joy and relief to many. In another part of the world, a group of volunteers gathers before dawn, packing food parcels to be distributed to families in need. These parcels contain essentials like rice, oil, and dates, ensuring that no family goes hungry during Ramadan. The volunteers move quietly, fueled by a sense of purpose and the desire to help. Their work goes largely unnoticed, but the impact of their kindness reverberates throughout the community. Charity during Ramadan is not just about alleviating physical hunger, it's about healing the soul and strengthening the bonds between people. It's about reminding ourselves and others that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger community bound by faith and humanity. This is beautifully illustrated in the tradition of Sadaqah Jariyah, the act of giving a charity that continues to benefit people long after it has been given. Whether it's building a well, planting a tree, or sponsoring a child's education, these acts of charity create a legacy of kindness that lasts for generations. The stories of charity and community support during Ramadan are as diverse as the Muslim world itself. From the individual who quietly pays off the debts of a neighbor, to the young ones who spend their evenings helping the elderly with their shopping, every act of kindness adds a thread to the rich tapestry of the Ramadan experience. It's a time when the wealthy are reminded of the blessings they have and the responsibility that comes with them, and when those who receive help are reminded that their community stands with them. As Ramadan progresses, the spirit of giving grows stronger, culminating in the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, a time of joy, gratitude, and generosity. Gifts are exchanged and charity is given, as Muslims around the world come together to mark the end of the holy month. The lessons of charity and community support, however, do not end with Ramadan. They carry forward, inspiring acts of kindness and compassion throughout the year. Chapter 7. A Day in the Life. As the first whispers of dawn break the night's silence, a gentle alarm sounds in Nadia's room. It's a soft melody, one she's chosen specifically for these early mornings of Ramadan. With a quiet sigh, she pushes the covers aside and makes her way to the kitchen, where her family is already gathered for suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. The kitchen is filled with the warm glow of the under-cabinet lights, casting a cozy ambiance over the simple spread on the table. There's oatmeal, some dates, slices of bread, and a pot of tea. Nothing too heavy, but enough to sustain them until sunset. They eat in a companionable silence, punctuated by the occasional soft conversation. It's a precious time, Nadia thinks, a moment of calm before the day begins. With suhoor completed, the family performs the Fajr prayer together, aligning themselves in a neat row in their living room turned prayer space. Nadia feels a sense of peace as she completes her prayer, a tranquility that fills her with strength for the day ahead.
As the sun rises, so does the hustle and bustle of the day. Nadia heads to work, where the pace is fast and the hours long, and the challenge of fasting becomes apparent as the day wears on, her throat parched and her energy waning. Yet there's a sense of solidarity among her colleagues who are also fasting, a shared understanding that they're all in this together.
The hours tick by, marked by the prayers that punctuate the day. Each prayer is a moment for Nadia to pause, reflect, and reconnect with her faith. It's these moments that she cherishes, a brief respite from the demands of her job. Finally, as the workday ends and the sun begins to set, Nadia heads home, the anticipation of iftar growing with every passing minute. The streets are bustling with people hurrying to their homes, the air filled with the sense of cooking from nearby houses, a tangible sense of community in the air. At home, Nadia's family is busy in the kitchen, putting the final touches on the evening's meal. There's a sense of excitement, a buzz of activity as the table is set with dates, water, and a feast that's been prepared with love. The breaking of the fast is a joyful occasion, marked by the eating of a date and a sip of water, followed by a prayer of gratitude. The meal is a time for family, for sharing stories of the day, and for laughter. It's a time when the challenges of fasting are forgotten, replaced by the warmth of togetherness. After iftar, the family performs the Maghrib prayer together, another moment of unity and reflection. The evening doesn't end with the meal. There's the Taraweeh prayer, a special prayer performed only during Ramadan. Nadia and her family head to the mosque, joining their community in a series of prayers that stretch late into the night. It's a beautiful sight, rows upon rows of worshippers standing shoulder to shoulder, their voices rising in unison as they recite verses from the Quran. As Nadia returns home from the mosque, the stillness of the night envelops her. She takes a moment to reflect on the day, on the moments of challenge and the moments of joy. Ramadan is a time of testing, but it's also a time of immense reward, of deepening faith, and of strengthening bonds with family and community. As she prepares for bed, Nadia feels a sense of fulfillment, a quiet satisfaction that comes from knowing she's part of something greater than herself. Tomorrow, she will wake before dawn and do it all over again. Another day in the life of a Muslim observing Ramadan, a journey of faith, discipline, and love. Chapter 8: Health and Fasting. As the crescent moon signals the start of Ramadan, Muslims around the world embark on a journey of fasting from dawn until sunset. This practice, while primarily spiritual, also brings with it physical challenges and benefits. Understanding how to maintain good health during this period is crucial for those observing the fast. Fasting during Ramadan is about more than just abstaining from food and drink. It's a time to purify the body and mind, to focus on healthy habits, and to break free from the usual routines of daily life. However, to ensure that fasting benefits the body, it's important to approach it with care and knowledge. One of the key benefits of fasting includes improved digestion. The break from constant eating gives your digestive system a much-needed rest, allowing it to repair and rejuvenate. Additionally, fasting can help regulate blood sugar levels, reduce cholesterol, and even support weight loss by encouraging the body to use fat as energy. But how does one maintain good health during Ramadan? It starts with suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. This meal is crucial as it sets the tone for the day. Consuming a balanced meal rich in fiber, proteins, and healthy fats can provide sustained energy throughout the day. Foods like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and lean meats are excellent choices. Drinking plenty of water during suhoor is also essential to stay hydrated. The way one breaks the fast at iftar is equally important. Beginning the meal with dates and water, following the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, not only provides a quick source of energy but also hydration. It's advisable to start with a light meal or soup to prepare the digestive system before moving on to the main meal. Overeating should be avoided to prevent discomfort and indigestion. Physical activity, though perhaps less intense than usual, should not be neglected during Ramadan. Light exercises, such as walking or stretching, are best done after iftar to keep the body active and healthy. It's a time to listen to one's body, giving it the care and attention it needs. Ramadan is also a period of spiritual detoxification, where mental health is given as much importance as physical health. The focus on prayer, meditation, and reflection contributes to a sense of peace and well-being, reducing stress and improving mental clarity. However, it's important to remember that not everyone is able to fast. Islam exempts certain individuals from fasting, including those who are ill, pregnant, breastfeeding, traveling, or menstruating. For these individuals, the emphasis remains on the spiritual aspects of Ramadan, and they are encouraged to participate in other acts of worship and charity. For those who are exempt but wish to contribute to the spirit of Ramadan, there are many ways to do so. Engaging in additional prayers, reading the Quran, volunteering, or providing for those in need are all valuable actions during this holy month. Chapter 9: The Night of Decree. In the last 10 days of Ramadan, there's a night that holds a secret power, a night so significant that it can change destinies. This is Laylat al-Qadr, the night of decree, a time when the heavens are closer to the earth, and prayers are answered with a generosity unknown at any other time. It's believed to be the night the Quran was first revealed to Prophet Muhammad, marking it as the most sacred night of the year. The exact date of Laylat al-Qadr is not known, which adds to its mystery. It is said to fall on one of the odd-numbered nights in the last 10 days of Ramadan, leading many to seek its blessings with extra vigor during these nights. The anticipation fills the air as Muslims around the world prepare to spend the night in worship, reflection, and prayer. The significance of Laylat al-Qadr cannot be overstated. It is described in the Quran as being better than 1,000 months, a time when the mercy and blessings of God are abundant. On this night, it is believed that God decides the fate of each person for the coming year, making it a time to ask for forgiveness, guidance, and all good things in life. As the day of potential Laylat al-Qadr approaches, the atmosphere changes. Mosques become even more crowded, with believers flocking to participate in night prayers, seeking to maximize their worship and supplication. Homes, too, become centers of devotion, with families engaging in prayer together, reading the Quran, and making heartfelt du'as, supplications for themselves, their loved ones, and the wider world. Traditions and practices on this night vary from one community to another, but the essence remains the same, seeking closeness to God and hoping for His mercy and blessings. Some people spend the entire night in prayer, moving from one form of worship to another, from reciting the Quran to performing extra prayers and making dua. Others may attend special lectures or gatherings focused on the significance of the night, aiming to deepen their understanding and spiritual connection. One common practice is to recite specific verses from the Quran that are thought to encapsulate the spirit of Laylat al-Qadr. Among these is Surah al-Qadr, which describes the night and its greatness. Reciting this surah is a reminder of the night's significance and an expression of hope to be among those who catch its hidden blessings. The night of decree is also a time for personal reflection, a chance to look inward and assess one's life, actions, and intentions. It's an opportunity for self-improvement, to set goals for the coming year that align with the values and teachings of Islam. Many find this process of reflection brings them closer to God, fostering a sense of peace and contentment. As dawn approaches and the night of Laylat al-Qadr ends, there's a sense of renewal among those who have spent the night in worship. Though tired, they are invigorated by the spiritual journey they've undertaken, hopeful for the future, and grateful for the opportunity to seek God's favor on this blessed night.
The night of decree is a reminder of the power of faith, the value of prayer, and the endless mercy of God. It's a night that encapsulates the essence of Ramadan, bringing together the themes of reflection, forgiveness, and community in a profound expression of devotion. For those who seek it with sincerity, Laylat al-Qadr offers a chance for renewal, a beacon of light guiding the faithful towards a brighter, more spiritual path.
Chapter 10. Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast. As the month of Ramadan draws to a close, a sense of anticipation fills the air. The fast is about to end, not just with the setting of the sun, but with a celebration that brings together families, friends, and communities. This celebration is Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast, a day marked by joy, gratitude, and generosity. The day of Eid begins early, with preparations underway before the sun even rises. Homes are cleaned and decorated, special clothes are laid out, and the scent of sweet and savory dishes begins to fill the kitchens. It's a day when the simplicity of Ramadan gives way to the festivity of Eid. One of the central rituals of Eid al-Fitr is the Eid prayer, performed in congregation. Muslims gather in large open areas or mosques, dressed in their finest clothes, to perform a special prayer that signifies the end of Ramadan. It's a beautiful sight, rows upon rows of worshippers standing shoulder to shoulder, united in prayer and celebration. After the prayer, it's customary to exchange greetings and hugs, a simple act that strengthens bonds and spreads joy. Eid Mubarak, they say to one another, wishing each other a blessed Eid. This is also a time for giving, as those who are able are encouraged to give to charity, ensuring that everyone can share in the joy of the day. The rest of the day is filled with feasting and fellowship. Families and friends visit each other's homes, sharing meals and sweets. Tables are laden with a variety of dishes, each reflecting the diverse culinary traditions of the Muslim world. From biryanis and kebabs to baklavas and mamouls, the food is a testament to the richness of Islamic culture. For children, Eid al-Fitr is especially exciting. They receive gifts or money, often dressed in new clothes, their faces lit up with smiles. It's a day of joy and laughter, a reward for their patience during the month of fasting.
Cultural practices vary from one country to another, adding to the tapestry of Eid celebrations. In some places, there are fairs and carnivals with rides and games for the whole family to enjoy. In others, there might be special performances, poetry readings, or communal prayers for peace and prosperity.
Despite these differences, the spirit of Eid al-Fitr remains the same. It's a day of gratitude, a time to thank God for the strength to complete the fast and for the countless blessings in life. It's a day of forgiveness, a chance to mend relationships and to let go of past grievances. And it's a day of hope, looking forward to the future with a renewed sense of purpose and faith. Eid al-Fitr is not just the end of Ramadan, it's a new beginning. It's a reminder of the lessons learned during the holy month, the importance of compassion, patience, and generosity. These lessons are carried forward, shaping the days and months until Ramadan comes again.
In the story of Eid al-Fitr, we find the essence of what it means to be part of a community, to share in the joy and the struggles of others, and to celebrate the gift of life. It's a day that transcends the boundaries of language and culture, bringing together Muslims from around the world in a shared expression of faith and joy. Chapter 11: Ramadan in Literature and Art. Over the centuries, Ramadan has not only been a time of spiritual reflection and community, but also a source of inspiration for artists and writers around the world. The holy month's themes of faith, fasting, reflection, and renewal have found their way into literature and art, capturing the essence of Ramadan and its impact on culture and society. In literature, stories and poems about Ramadan often explore the deep personal and communal experiences of the fast. Writers weave tales of families gathering for suhoor and iftar, of the challenges and rewards of fasting, and of the vibrant celebrations of Eid al-Fitr. These stories serve as a bridge, connecting readers to the diverse experiences of Muslims during Ramadan, highlighting the universal themes of sacrifice, compassion, and growth. One common narrative is the journey of personal growth during Ramadan. Through the eyes of their characters, authors delve into the struggles of self-discipline, the moments of doubt, and the ultimate finding of peace and deeper faith. These stories resonate with readers, offering insights into the human capacity for resilience and transformation. In poetry, the beauty and spirituality of Ramadan are often captured in verse. Poets reflect on the quiet of the pre-dawn meals, the solemnity of the nightly prayers, and the joy of breaking the fast with loved ones. The imagery used in Ramadan poetry is rich and evocative, drawing on symbols such as the crescent moon, the setting sun, and the light of lanterns to evoke the sacred atmosphere of the month. Art, too, has been a powerful medium for expressing the themes of Ramadan. Paintings, calligraphy, and digital art depict scenes of Ramadan, from the bustling markets and streets in preparation for the month to the serene moments of prayer and reflection. Artists often use light and shadow to convey the contrast between the physical demands of fasting and the spiritual enlightenment it brings. In more recent times, film and media have also explored Ramadan, offering visual narratives that capture the complexities and beauty of the month. Documentaries and films depict the diverse ways in which Ramadan is observed around the world, showcasing the rich cultural traditions that accompany the fast. Social media, too, has become a platform for sharing personal stories and reflections on Ramadan, creating a global community of shared experiences and insights. The representation of Ramadan in literature and art not only celebrates the holy month, but also fosters a deeper understanding and appreciation of Islamic culture. Through these creative expressions, the significance of Ramadan is brought to life, inviting both Muslims and non-Muslims to reflect on the values of empathy, community, and spiritual renewal. As we explore how Ramadan has been depicted in literature and art, we see a tapestry of human experience woven with threads of faith, challenge, and joy. These artistic expressions remind us that Ramadan is not just a period of fasting, but a source of inspiration, drawing people together in reflection on the deeper meanings of life and faith. Chapter 12. Fasting Across Cultures. Fasting is a practice not unique to Islam, but one that spans across many cultures and religions, each with its own set of traditions, purposes, and meanings. Exploring these various practices sheds light on the universal aspects of fasting as a form of spiritual discipline, self-reflection, and purification. In Christianity, Lent is a period of fasting and repentance in preparation for Easter. Lasting for 40 days, it commemorates the time Jesus spent fasting in the wilderness. Christians may give up certain types of food or meals, and like Ramadan, this period is marked by prayer and reflection. The focus is on moderation and self-control, as well as charity and helping those in need. In Judaism, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, is the most significant day of fasting. It is a time for repentance, prayer, and making amends. From sunset to nightfall the next day, fasting is observed as a means to cleanse the body and spirit. The fast is broken with a meal that often includes bread and fish, symbolizing a return to regular life with a renewed sense of purity and forgiveness. Hinduism also practices fasting, with observances varying widely among regions and communities. Ekadashi, for example, is a day that comes twice a month, dedicated to fasting and prayer to Vishnu. The fasting practices can range from partial to complete abstention from food, and they are seen as a way to purify the body and mind, improve concentration, and develop control over desires. Buddhism, while not prescribing obligatory fasts, sees fasting as a means to aid meditation and self-discipline. Monks and nuns traditionally refrain from eating after noon until the sunrise of the next day. This practice supports mindfulness and detachment from physical needs, focusing instead on spiritual growth. Despite the differences in how and why fasting is observed across these faiths, common threads can be seen. Fasting is universally a time for inner reflection, an opportunity to detach from worldly desires and focus on the spiritual aspects of life. It is a period of cleansing, both physical and spiritual, and a chance to strengthen one's faith and discipline. Moreover, fasting across cultures often encourages a sense of community and solidarity. Whether it's breaking the fast with family and friends or engaging in communal prayers and rituals, these practices bring people together, fostering a sense of belonging and shared purpose. The parallels and differences in fasting practices highlight the rich diversity of human belief and the universal search for meaning, discipline, and connection. Through fasting, different cultures and religions express fundamental human experiences, transcending the specifics of doctrine to touch on deeper spiritual truths. As we consider fasting in various cultural contexts, we are reminded of the shared humanity that underlies diverse traditions. The practice of fasting, in its many forms, challenges individuals to look beyond the physical hunger to find spiritual nourishment and a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Chapter 13: The Environment and Ramadan. Ramadan, a time of spiritual reflection and self-discipline, also offers a unique perspective on our relationship with the environment. As families and communities come together to observe this holy month, it becomes an opportune moment to consider how traditional practices can align with the principles of environmental sustainability. The daily fast from dawn until sunset is central to Ramadan, culminating in the iftar meal when the fast is broken. This meal is often a time of joy and celebration, shared with family and friends. However, it also presents an opportunity to think about food consumption and waste. In many parts of the world, iftar is associated with large feasts, which can sometimes lead to excess food that is not consumed. Reflecting on the principle of moderation taught by Ramadan, there is a growing movement towards reducing food waste during this period. Many are advocating for preparing meals that are just enough for those present, emphasizing quality over quantity. Leftovers, instead of being discarded, can be shared with neighbors or donated to those in need, ensuring that the spirit of generosity and gratitude extends to how we treat our resources. Water conservation is another aspect of environmental awareness that comes to the forefront during Ramadan. The practice of wudu, the Islamic procedure for cleansing parts of the body before prayer, encourages the use of water in a mindful and efficient manner. This principle can extend beyond ritual purification to everyday habits, reminding us to be conscious of our water usage in a world where this vital resource is increasingly scarce. Moreover, Ramadan offers a chance to embrace green practices more broadly. For instance, using reusable dishes and cutlery for iftar gatherings instead of disposable ones can significantly reduce waste. Similarly, encouraging carpooling to and from Taraweeh prayers at the mosque can lower carbon emissions, aligning spiritual practice with environmental stewardship. The night of Laylat al-Qadr, or the night of decree, believed to be the holiest night in Ramadan, invites Muslims to engage in prayer and reflection. It can also be a time to reflect on our responsibility towards the earth. Just as this night is a chance to seek forgiveness and set intentions for the future, it can inspire commitments to live more sustainably, respecting the planet that sustains us. Communities around the world are beginning to incorporate these environmental considerations into their Ramadan observances. From Green Ramadan initiatives that focus on eco-friendly practices to educational programs about conservation and sustainability, there is a growing recognition of the connection between faith and environmental stewardship. Chapter 14: Technology and Ramadan. In recent years, the age-old traditions of Ramadan have found a new companion: technology. While the essence of Ramadan remains unchanged, the tools and methods Muslims use to observe this holy month are evolving, thanks to advancements in technology. From apps that help track fasting times to virtual gatherings for iftar, technology is playing a significant role in modern Ramadan practices. One of the most visible impacts of technology on Ramadan is the proliferation of mobile apps designed to support the fasting experience. These apps offer a range of features, including accurate prayer times based on the user's location, reminders for suhoor and iftar, and countdowns to the next prayer. Some apps even include digital versions of the Quran, allowing users to read and listen to verses on the go. This convenience ensures that the faithful can stay connected to their religious practices, no matter where they are. Another area where technology has made a significant impact is in the realm of virtual gatherings. With families and friends often spread across different cities or even countries, getting together for iftar can be challenging. However, video conferencing platforms have made it possible for loved ones to break their fast together, share a meal, and enjoy each other's company, even if only through a screen. These virtual iftars have become especially popular in recent years, bringing people closer in a time when physical gatherings might not be possible. Online charity is another aspect of Ramadan that has been transformed by technology. Zakat, the act of giving a portion of one's wealth to the needy, is a key pillar of Islam, particularly emphasized during Ramadan. Today, numerous websites and apps allow Muslims to calculate their zakat accurately and donate to various causes around the world with just a few clicks. This ease of giving has encouraged more people to fulfill their charitable duties, extending the spirit of generosity to far-reaching corners of the globe. Social media, too, plays a role in how Ramadan is observed and shared. It has become a platform for sharing recipes, decoration ideas, and personal reflections on the fasting experience. Through hashtags and online communities, Muslims can share their Ramadan journey with others, fostering a sense of global ummah, or community. Educational content about the significance of Ramadan, tips for healthy fasting, and live-streamed religious talks also find a wide audience on social media, helping to educate and inspire. However, while technology offers many benefits, it also presents challenges. The temptation of spending too much time on devices can distract from the spiritual focus of Ramadan. Recognizing this, many Muslims make a conscious effort to limit their screen time, especially during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, which are considered the most sacred. Chapter 15: Personal Stories. Ramadan is a time of deep reflection and connection, not just with one's faith, but also with the global community of Muslims. Each person's experience of Ramadan is unique, shaped by their own journey, challenges, and moments of joy. In this chapter, we share personal stories from individuals around the world, offering a glimpse into the diverse ways Ramadan touches lives. Story 1. Huda from Egypt. Huda looks forward to Ramadan as a time to reconnect with her extended family. Living in a bustling city, it's easy to get caught up in the pace of daily life. But Ramadan brings a change. Every iftar feels like a reunion, she says. Her family takes turns hosting iftar, making each night a celebration of togetherness. Huda cherishes the laughter and stories shared over meals, feeling grateful for the bond that Ramadan strengthens year after year. Story 2. Amir from Malaysia. For Amir, Ramadan is a journey of self-improvement. Each year, he chooses one personal goal to focus on. Last year it was about patience, he reflects. Balancing a demanding job and fasting was challenging, but it taught him to find moments of calm and gratitude amidst the chaos. This year, he's focusing on generosity, finding ways to give back to his community, from volunteering at food banks to helping neighbors in need. Story 3. Layla from the UK. Layla's first Ramadan after converting to Islam was a profound experience. Initially overwhelmed by the prospect of fasting, she found strength in the supportive online community of fellow Muslims. They shared tips, encouragement, and even recipes that made her first Ramadan memorable. It was a month of discovery, Layla says, not just about my faith, but also about my own resilience and the incredible generosity of the Muslim community. Story 4. Faisal from the United States. Faisal has a tradition of spending the last 10 nights of Ramadan in quiet reflection. He sets up a small space in his home where he can read the Quran, pray, and meditate. Those nights are sacred to me, he shares. It's a time when he feels a deep connection to his faith and a sense of peace. Faisal looks forward to this personal retreat each Ramadan, finding it a source of strength and renewal for the year ahead. Story 5. Aisha from Indonesia. Aisha's favorite part of Ramadan is the act of giving, especially preparing food parcels for those less fortunate. She involves her whole family in this tradition, teaching her children the importance of compassion and generosity. There's joy in giving, Aisha explains, and Ramadan reminds us to look beyond our own needs and help others. This practice has become a cherished part of her family's Ramadan, a way to spread kindness and make a difference in their community. These stories, each unique in its own right, weave together a tapestry of what Ramadan means to people across the globe. From the personal goals of Amir to Layla's journey of faith, from Huda's family gatherings to Faisal's nights of reflection and Aisha's acts of charity, Ramadan emerges as a time of profound personal and communal growth. It's a month that challenges and inspires, bringing out the best in individuals and communities alike. Chapter 16. Ramadan for non-Muslims. Ramadan is a time that holds great significance for Muslims around the world, but its message of reflection, community, and generosity resonates beyond the boundaries of any single faith. For non-Muslims, understanding and respecting this holy month can be a meaningful way to connect with Muslim friends, colleagues, and neighbors, and to appreciate the rich tapestry of global cultures and beliefs. One aspect that often piques the curiosity of non-Muslims is the practice of fasting from dawn until sunset. While the physical act of fasting is specific to Muslims during Ramadan, the underlying principles of self-discipline, sacrifice, and empathy for those less fortunate are universal values. Non-Muslims can take this time to reflect on their own practices of self-restraint and charity, finding parallels in their personal or spiritual lives. Many non-Muslims are welcomed into the homes of Muslim friends to share in the iftar meal, the evening breaking of the fast. This experience can be eye-opening, offering a taste not just of traditional foods, but also of the warmth and hospitality that characterize Ramadan. It's a time for sharing stories and traditions, for asking questions and learning from each other, fostering a deeper mutual respect and understanding. In the workplace or in schools, non-Muslims can show support for fasting colleagues or classmates by being mindful of their needs during Ramadan. Simple acts of consideration, such as scheduling meetings or events outside of fasting hours, can make a significant difference. Showing interest in Ramadan and asking respectful questions can also be a way to show support and solidarity. Charity and community service are central to the spirit of Ramadan, and non-Muslims often find this aspect of the month particularly inspiring. Many choose to participate in charity drives, volunteer activities, or interfaith events, working alongside Muslims to give back to the community. These activities can be a powerful way to bridge differences, highlighting shared values and common goals. Finally, Ramadan offers an opportunity for non-Muslims to explore the rich cultural and artistic expressions associated with this month. From calligraphy and poetry to music and architecture, the arts play a significant role in celebrating and understanding the essence of Ramadan. Museums, cultural centers, and online platforms often feature exhibitions or events focused on Islamic art and culture during this time, providing a window into the beauty and diversity of the Muslim world. For non-Muslims, engaging with Ramadan is not about adopting the religious practices of another faith, but about opening the door to dialogue, understanding, and shared humanity. It's a chance to witness the profound impact of Ramadan on individuals and communities, to learn about a different way of life, and to celebrate the richness of our diverse world. By approaching Ramadan with an open heart and mind, non-Muslims can find meaningful ways to connect with and support their Muslim friends and neighbors, building bridges of friendship and respect that last far beyond the month itself. Chapter 17. Reflecting on Ramadan. As the final days of Ramadan approach, there is a gentle shift in the air. The hustle and the intensity of the past weeks begin to soften into a period of reflection. It's a time for Muslims around the world to look back on the month that has passed, to contemplate the lessons learned, the challenges faced, and the moments of joy and connection experienced. Reflection. During Ramadan is not just about personal growth, it's also about understanding one's place in the community and the wider world. The fast, the prayers, and the acts of charity are practices that bind individuals to a global community of faith, highlighting the commonalities that exist among diverse cultures and societies. One of the most profound realizations that often emerges from Ramadan is the strength of human will. The discipline required to fast from dawn until sunset, to engage in additional prayers, and to carry on with daily responsibilities is a testament to the resilience and commitment of the faithful. This realization brings a sense of accomplishment and gratitude, as well as a deeper appreciation for the simple pleasures of life, food, water, and the company of loved ones. Ramadan also fosters a heightened sense of empathy and solidarity. By experiencing hunger and thirst, individuals are reminded of those in the world who face these conditions not by choice, but as a daily reality. This awareness inspires continued acts of compassion and charity, reinforcing the notion that the benefits of Ramadan should extend beyond the month itself. The communal aspects of Ramadan, sharing meals, praying together, and supporting one another, highlight the importance of connection and community. These experiences strengthen bonds between family members, friends, and neighbors, creating a sense of belonging and unity that enriches spiritual and social life. As the moon that marks the end of Ramadan is sighted, and preparations for Eid al-Fitr begin, there is a collective feeling of renewal and hope. The celebration of Eid is not just the culmination of a month of fasting and worship, but also a time to carry forward the lessons and insights gained. It's an opportunity to start afresh, with a renewed commitment to faith, compassion, and mindfulness in daily actions. Reflecting on Ramadan is an essential part of the journey, a moment to acknowledge the challenges and celebrate the achievements. It's a time to set intentions for the coming year, inspired by the discipline, generosity, and community spirit cultivated during the holy month. In this chapter of reflection, The story of Ramadan unfolds as a journey of self-discovery, spiritual growth, and communal harmony. It's a reminder that the essence of Ramadan, its teachings, values, and spirit, can guide and enrich lives well beyond the month itself, offering a path to a more mindful, compassionate, and connected existence.